So today we have Chris McDonald, the CEO of Carports, and we getting a lot of questions, and we figure that the best way to answer everybody's questions is just to make a recording and answer the questions. So Chris, how you doing today?
Doing great, Ken. How you doing?
Good. So I guess I'll just go ahead and start going through the questions, the most common questions we get. And first one is, what kind of carports do we carry?
Well, all of our carports are made of metal. We don't use the wood or the canvas or any of the fabric ones because they just don't seem to last. The metal ones will last, if you keep them up, pretty much forever.
Oh, okay. And is there any maintenance or care on them? Or?
Yeah, I mean, you want to do normal upkeep and maintenance. You want to check the screws every once in a while and make sure that everything's tightened down. They should be, but every once in a while you might come across one that needs to be tightened up a little bit. But and you want to give it a good cleaning every once in a while. Maybe get up there with the ladder and a power washer and just spray it off and get all the leaves and stuff off of it. But other than that, it's pretty carefree.
Okay, that sounds good. What sizes do you carry?
We carry all kinds of sizes, up to, our triple wides. We even go even higher than that with special orders. The triple wides can go as wide as 30 wide and 41 deep. And like I said, with special orders, we can even go wider and longer. And we also go up to 12-foot legs, which puts you approximately 15 feet in the center. So if you have a 12-foot leg, you'll be about 3 feet higher on all of these. So if you're trying to figure out what the peak's going to be, just figure 3 feet on whatever leg you get.
Okay, leg meaning
the side,
the height,
the side,
the height,
eave, right?
The height of it. Okay.
The height, right?
What heights do these come in?
Like I said, everything, from 5 feet on up through 12 feet legs. And then, again, with special orders, we can go even higher.
Okay. All right. And so sounds like that'll take care of, RVs and all of that, too.
Oh, absolutely. We get a lot of our orders for RVs, and the one thing that we make sure our customers are aware of is that, when you're looking at an RV, you got to consider that there's another, at least 6, 7, 8 inches there that you got to have for clearance for the air conditioner on top. If you have one of those, you want to make sure that you take into account that when you're figuring your height.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can just see it ripping the carport down and trying to drive under it if you didn't take that into account. How long does it take to, get from when you order it till it get installed? How long does it take to get installed?
Well, from the day that you order it, we put the order in with the factory, and it usually takes about 2 to 3 weeks to get in. And then as far as the installation of it, depending on how complicated it is, because you can customize these and enclose them and do whatever you want with them. But your standard carport, an 18 by 21 carport, 2 to 3 weeks delivery time, takes our guys about 45 minutes to an hour to install.
Oh, wow. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, they're really good.
All right. And something you just said that kind of caught my ear was enclosed. Mm-hmm. Well, so in other words, instead of just being what you would think is a carport with a roof, you're saying that you can have walls on three sides?
You can have a wall on just one side. You can have a wall on 2 sides. You can have a wall on 3 sides. You can have a wall on all 4 sides and enclose it completely. And of course, if you do that, you're going to need a way to get in it. So you may want to get one of the garage doors, the roll-up garage doors, which are great. I love these garage doors. You can get a garage door, or if you're just wanting to use it as like a shop or something and you don't want the garage door, you can just get a personnel door. You can also add windows. If you want a window, if you want 2 windows, 4 windows, it doesn't matter. We can do it.
So it sounds like it's really customizable, really versatile. And,
absolutely. That's what we strive for.
So you're going from a carport to almost like a garage.
It is a garage, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah. All
right. So you can actually have a full garage. Well,
it's a garage that if you decide to pick up and move somewhere, you can take with you. You just have to break it down and reinstall it when you get to your site.
Oh, well, that even makes it better. What kind of ground do you typically install this on?
Typically it's going to be like a gravel or a rock or caliche type ground. A lot of the garages are put on concrete slabs. Let me talk just a minute about the concrete slabs, because there are some considerations that you need to take into account. When they are put on a slab, for instance, if you have an 18 by 21 garage that you want, or even a carport, any of these, you want to make sure that your slab is on each side 3 inches wider and longer than the actual carport. So if the carport is 18 feet by 21, you actually want to make the slab 18 feet 6 inches by 21 feet 6 inches. And the reason for that is that they use these concrete bolts that expand, and you don't want to crack out the side of the concrete if it's too shallow.
Oh, okay. All right. So in other words, you don't want the concrete pad itself being flush with the rail. With the rail.
Right, exactly.
Okay. Well, that makes sense.
And another thing, Ken, on these garages especially, what you want to do is to keep the water from running inside the building is you want to bevel the edges of the slab. Whoever's pouring your concrete, they can bevel those edges. It shouldn't cost much, if anything, and that'll help the water to run off to the sides and edges instead of running back into the building. And another thing that they can do is if they will go to a hardware store and pick up a case of it's called adhesive. It's an adhesive. It's called a concrete to metal adhesive. And if they go buy that, it shouldn't cost them very much. Our guys will actually apply that adhesive to the concrete and to the rails themselves for free, and that way it'll also prevent water from getting in underneath those rails.
Okay, so it just kind of seals it off from the outside then.
Right, and it's completely free service.
Okay. Is there anything that the customer needs to do, to prepare the ground? Well, obviously with the concrete slab, you need to get it poured, but as far as, anything else, is there any kind of preparation the customer needs to do before the install is done?
We highly encourage the customer to have a flat and square surface. You want to have it as flat as possible. The other thing that you would want to do before you even order the building is you're going to want to make sure that you're not going to be running into trouble with local authorities. If you're in a city or a county where they require a permit, you can just call the city office and ask them if a permit is required, and they'll let you know. And so you don't want to get something and put it up and then have the inspector come by and flag you for it. You want to make sure that you call the utility companies. I think in Texas it's something like 411 dig or something like that. But anyways, if you call any of the utility companies, they'll be able to give you that information. But you want to call them and make sure that they flag any underground utilities so we won't run into any problems when we're installing these.
Okay. Another common question we get is, why aren't any of the prices listed online?
We get that a lot. The reason is because the prices vary from state to state. It depends on where our distribution centers are, and that can affect the cost of freight and shipping. It depends on what kind of construction requirements there are. If you're in the north, of course, you have to be aware of snow loads. In the south, in the coastal areas, you got to be aware of maybe a hurricane restriction on wind loads. So that's primarily the reason.
Okay. And how many colors do you carry?
We carry several colors. All of the main colors that we carry are basic and can be mixed and matched. Right now we are carrying
13 colors, if I'm not mistaken. I counted them earlier.
You can have the top of the canopy one color, and you can have the trim in another color. You can have it all one color. It doesn't matter. All these colors were chosen after years and years and years of customer requests and customer feedback.
Okay.
Another thing about these colors too is they last. All of the colors are applied, these paints are applied with a special process that prevents fading, chipping, scratching, that kind of thing. And if you keep it up, like I said, if you clean it every once in a while, when you wash it, it'll shine back up right to new. It may look sun faded. They don't sun fade. You just have to give them a cleaning, and that'll get rid of any sun fading appearance. And it'll come back and it'll look brand new. I've had some that are 15 years old that you just spray it down a little bit and it'll look brand new.
Oh, that's good. So what does it take to get started with this? If somebody, calls in and, they've looked at the web, they've figured out what they want, they're talking to you or one of the reps and they're ready to get started. What does it take at that point?
Right. The absolute first thing you need to do is just call us. Immediately have one of our experts talk with them. And the reason that you want to talk with one of our experts is because there may be things that you haven't thought of or you haven't considered that you might want. There may be things like the fact that you want to go up high. You want to have a 12-foot leg. Well, when you have a 12-foot leg, one of the considerations is that you're going to need extra bracing. And so that's another reason why we don't do these things on pricing on the web, is because we want you to talk to somebody that's done this, that's knowledgeable, that can help guide you through the process. Once we talk to you, we've both decided, you've decided that you've got the carport or the RV canopy or whatever that you want. We will write up a contract. We will fill out the order. We will put the pricing on it, and then we'll either fax it or email it to you for your approval, and get you to sign it and send it back in. And we'll get some credit card information, or get you to send in a money order or a cashier's check. And then that goes to the 10% down. It's 10% down, and then when it's delivered, 2 to 3 weeks later, the installers will come by, and now the installers will take MasterCard and Visa and Discover. They'll take a cashier's check or money order, but they won't take personal checks and they won't take cash. That's the only thing you need to be aware of with those guys. And that's it. I mean, we take your order, we write it down, and we send it off. And 2 to 3 weeks later, you're parking your car in your brand new carport. Okay.
All right. Something that caught my ear earlier that I forgot to ask is, because these are so, custom, and you had mentioned, a shop and all that. What are some of the other uses of these that you've seen in the past besides just carports?
Just about anything that you can enclose or want to keep out of the weather. I've seen them used for horse stalls. I've seen them. We actually do have a line of horse barns. I've seen them used for livestock feed, tack, hobby shop. Just about anything they want.
Okay. All right. Well, I think that pretty much sums it up. For today. I think. You've covered a lot. I've actually learned a lot. And, I appreciate your time, and I'm sure we're going to talk to you again.
Well, thanks a lot, Ken. I appreciate your time, too.
All right. Have a great day.
All right.
Bye-bye.